just like go and see like what did Sean do, like what is this video and stuff like that. And then I also like try to involve other people as well and like interview people. Like I remember my first like YouTube interview was with you, and I kind of got the inspiration about like podcasts and stuff when you started up Strut Takes in quarantine. So um, I've been doing that like occasionally, and recently I did an episode with a friend who plays in the MLS now, and so it was really cool to catch up with him and hear about what it's like playing pro. But really, I just like to do a bunch, like a little bit of everything on my channel, and just like put videos out there and just like let people know, like, yo, this is what I'm doing, this is what I'm up to.
Bernie and Bark, do you guys
Sorry about the network, but it should be better now. We're on a personal hotspot, so the Wi-Fi in our flat isn't great, as Dube knows when he visited. But yeah, I'll just talk a little bit about what we've been doing. Bart can chime in too. So we got, I think I got here a little bit after Dube. I got here like 5 days after Dube did, and so had to do the 2-week quarantine. Because of everything going with COVID. So after that, Bart got here and we finished up quarantine together. And I basically came over. Like my primary goal was to get some work experience in with my like family's business. So we've been doing a few different things there, but most lately we've been like basically working 9 to 5, Monday to Friday. So like a full-time job. And like we've been helping out with like an online section of the company, trying to like upload products. So that's been it's just been like a cool experience to get some work in, and good for resumes and stuff. But also just really interesting to see like a company in a different country and kind of how that works. In terms of like staying fit and stuff, I'm still like coming back from an injury, so I haven't been able to like play on a team per se like Dube, but there's a gym near the warehouse where we work, and so we've been going to the gym, playing some tennis, to stay fit, and we're gonna hopefully get back into better soccer shape, doing some like training with each other before, because I need to kind of do that stuff before I get back to like match fitness or even training fitness. So yeah, that's it for me. But if Bark wants to give a little.
Yeah, I mean, I'll give a little different side of my story. I kind of saw this fall as an opportunity, as my only opportunity really to go abroad. Just the way the timeline would shape up for my remaining 2 years at Amherst, I didn't think it would be plausible for me to go abroad. So I kind of used this opportunity to try to see if I could live abroad, and Bern thankfully gave me that opportunity. And so, although Bernie's family's from here, I'm not from here. I really have no connections with Liverpool other than Bernie. But this was, it's been great living abroad for now. It's almost 2 months. So it's definitely, time has flown. You see a different culture, you see different people, you really do get to experience what England is like, and not just like your typical London, your London vibe, but you really get into like the heart of the UK and see what that's all about. On the work side, it's been a great experience. It's I think valuable just to see how different parts of the company work. Not only are we working 9 to 5, but we're really getting exposure as to how, like, to all the different parts and departments that make a company work. And I mean, ultimately, it's been great.
So let's shift into Premier League, because I'm pretty sure you guys have a lot of things to say about that. So I'm going to start with 2 games that just shocked me for sure, just looking at it. Liverpool losing 7-2 to Aston Villa, and Man U losing 6-1 to Tottenham. So, Bernie, I know you're a Liverpool guy. When I had you before, you and Nika were both breaking down how much Liverpool is like this great team. And obviously, I know soccer, it's like a very unpredictable game, right? Some teams just have it going a day or not. But what happened yesterday, that from what you watched, and why do you think that the score is so lopsided, like that?
Yeah, I have a few things to say about that. First of all, I think yesterday in general was just one of the crazy. I think Dube and Bark would agree, one of the craziest days we've seen in the Premier League for a long time, and it was really fun. I don't know about funny, but Bark's a United fan, so I'm sure he'll have something to say on that game. we watched both of the games, and we watched the United game.
Back to back.
Of course, after the United game, I was having a bit of a laugh because Liverpool hates United. And, I was like 6-1, how can that happen? And Bark made a funny comment like, oh my gosh, Villa, I mean, what if Villa does the same? And I started laughing. And I'm not kidding. There were times, like when we were watching the Liverpool game, for my initial reaction was just like shocked, like sad, obviously, because I'm a really like big fan of Liverpool. But I think if you're like trying to analyze the game, and I've watched a lot of the interview after with the coach and some of the players, and the main message from them, which I agree with, is, like there are days like this in soccer, and luckily enough, like with the Amherst team, we've not had so many of them. But you can have these unpredictable days where if you get a team that plays really badly and you get a team that the other team plays really well, no matter how good on paper either team is, you can have these shock results. And so I think I have a few things that I think went wrong with Liverpool. First of all, our starting goalkeeper was ruled out of the game like in the morning, so it was kind of like a last minute news. And obviously, I'm a goalie. Everyone would agree that like goalkeeper makes a big difference to just like the way the team works, and kind of the confidence of the team. So I think that was huge. Obviously, our backup keeper made the mistake for the first goal, which didn't help, but you can't just blame him. It was the full team effort. Sadio Mane, one of our best players, has COVID, so he's obviously not able to play. And I think he makes he's by far our best attacker. He may be the best player in the league right now. So not having him was huge. And then I also thought that Villa was just really good. Like they've now had a perfect start to the league. They've won all 3 games, scoring a lot of goals. Obviously, they've made some good signings. So, I think you got to just Liverpool just got to take this game and move on from it. But it was obviously a really bad day to be a Liverpool fan.
Bark, you want to break down the Man U game or?
Yeah. So my take on the Man U game, and I think this is it's a more serious concern for Man U, that result, than what happened with Liverpool. And it's more of a long-term indication of what is to come for Man U. And yeah, we went up 1-0 like first 2 minutes of the game with a penalty. Great start. Kind of couldn't have asked for any better. We regardless conceded 2 short goals after, and after 15 minutes we're down 2-1, and then we get the red card, which was it was a red card. It was just, I have no respect for Lamela, who drew the red card. Absolute really poor representation of his club, and if I was Mourinho, his manager, I'd be absolutely fuming with his antics. But nonetheless, I think Man U still would have lost the game even if we didn't get a red card. And the confidence of the team, it really starts from the top, starts from the owners. It goes down to the board, not willing to buy players, to spend the money. And as a Man U fan for actually for all my life, I've discussed with other fans, and it's really disappointing year after year when it's clear that we want a player, not just us. The team wants a player, the manager wants a player, and we're not able to get him. So in this case, it's Jadon Sancho. We've been hearing about Jadon Sancho since, I don't know, probably middle of last season. We're not going to get him. Today's the deadline day. We're not going to get him. We've gotten some other people. Fine. They might be fine. They might do okay for a couple of seasons, but at the end of the day, it just shows a lack of confidence in the manager, a lack of confidence in the squad. And frankly, I have no idea why we can't spend the money, because you see all the other top clubs, whether that's Arsenal, I don't know about Arsenal, Liverpool, Spurs, Everton, City, all those 4 teams there, Chelsea, they spent the big money.
If you like that clip, like and subscribe to the Shred Takes YouTube channel. Also, check out the episode link in the description below to view the full podcast episode on Apple Podcasts. Hope you guys give that a listen.